Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up? Welcome back. How you guys all doing today? Hope you guys all had a fantastic weekend. Man, I missed out on Thursday. I'm sorry, guys, last week, but I had a lot of stuff going on, and I'm excited to be back talking comics with you guys. We got some folks in the house already. What's good, Ideal City? K-Bar, Texas Snake, Mets fans, Steven Airman, Mark McGrath. What's up, everybody? Everybody else that's just tuning in, everybody that's going to be tuning in after the stream, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the support. Sorry about that. I thought I was going to cough for a second there. Dr. Cosmos Lab, what's good? Chell's Art and Stuff, what's up? All right, so today's stream, we're going to be going over all the new releases for, what are we at now? May 24th? Jesus, this year's going by so damn fast. We got a pretty solid week. I think if I can recall, what am I looking at right now? I think a little bit lighter. Maybe it's actually, I think it's next week that's very light. So I hope you guys are all having a good day. What's up? What books are you looking forward to this week? Let's see. Was there one of these on Thursday that ended up falling through? Yeah, man, I was going to do the usual review tier list on Thursday, but it was a super busy week for me. I ended up not being able to read all of my books by Thursday, and then my little boy turned 1 on Friday, so we were getting all of our shit together for that. So Thursday was just it was a long day. So I apologize for that. This Thursday we'll be back to regularly scheduled programming. Pedro, what's up, buddy? All right, I don't want to waste anybody else's time. Let's jump right into it. Pedro, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I was gonna say, I usually like to keep you guys up to date with what's going on in my life. I don't think anything crazy. I don't think I have anything weird, any weird things that's happened over the last weekend. I don't even know where I went. I think I went to a comic show. Texas Snake, no story time. I was thinking about it. I think I went to a show over the weekend. I don't remember if it was this weekend or last weekend, though. No, obviously I didn't. This Saturday we celebrated with my family. So other than that, nothing really crazy was going on. Ideal City, that's what I thought too. You know, it's one of those things. You know, I love doing this stuff with you guys, but hey, gotta take those breaks. You can't miss out on the important stuff. Gonna try that City Boy and TMNT versus Street Fighter for the number ones this week. You know, I will at least tell you, I got all the books right here. Let's see. I can't remember which ones I didn't grab. Is this? No, this is. I don't think this is this latest week's. Yeah, I don't have. Actually, they're over there. I don't remember all the books from last week. I ended up reading the Hulk annual. I thought that was a pretty solid issue. I actually really like that Hulk annual. What else? Let me just take a peek at last week real quick. I didn't read the Maleficent. I didn't read that. Oh, Red Room, Crypto Killers. That was an awesome book. I'll keep you at least posted. I'll let you know what my top read of the week was, though. So I ended up reading The Chilling Adventures Presents Jinx: A Cursed Life, issue 1. I didn't really like that one. I was really looking forward to it, and I wasn't a big fan of it. Let's see. Gorgeous George, what's up, buddy? Dr. Nesneb, what's up? Oh man, I got you at least halfway through it. Let's see. What else did I read? I ended up not reading any of these. Where are we at? Oh, these are all for indies. These are all the indies. Let me fuck it. Let's just bring these up too real quick. I'm just gonna tell you what I read. Venom was horrible. Venom was fucking dog shit, actually. Hulk Annual was really good. I actually really liked Hulk. Superman was another really solid issue. Spider-Man Miles Morales was good, although I don't really care with all the Carnage shit going on. I didn't read Avengers. I really liked Little Monsters. I thought that was Little Monsters? Yeah, I did really like Little Monsters. Ice Cream Man, I surprisingly didn't really like it that much. I didn't think it was that great of an issue. But I thought Little Monsters was a satisfying ending. I really liked The Vigil. Or The Vigil, not The Vigil. The Vigil, I did not read Cyborg. No One, I didn't get a chance to read No One yet. I didn't read the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider. I didn't read Planet of the Apes. I didn't pick up Last Barbarians. Red Room Crypto Killers was fucking awesome. Let's see what else. I think that's honestly it. It was a super light week anyway, guys. It was a very light. Actually, I think I did. I don't remember if I read No One. I don't think I did read it. But I did read Visual. I did read Superman. And Cyborg was the only one I didn't read from that. So I was going to say, my top read of the week from last week, it was probably top read. I don't remember. I don't remember what I picked. I know as far as like S tier, I'm pretty positive I put where was it? Red Room Crypto Killers up there, and Hulk. Hulk was probably one of my favorite ones from last week too. I really liked it. That was a good issue. All right, I'm sorry about that, guys. I just wanted to at least give you a little bit of a heads up. Oh, and Boom Studios. What did Boom Studios have last week? Hold on. Just one more quick thing. House of Slaughter was good. Oh, that was it. That's why I couldn't think about it. The Seasons Have Teeth #2. I put that as my top read of the week. That was the only S tier book for me. Although Hulk was probably a close S. But 100% The Seasons Have Teeth #2 was my top read of the week. I fucking love that issue. It was so good. I'm a big fan of that series so far. The artwork, the storytelling. I love the concept of it. It's really unique, and I really suggest checking it out. Chell's Art and Stuff says Ghost was tight. I might have to check that out too. Gorgeous George, that's what I said. I don't think I read No One #3 yet. Hey, Kale, what's up? Avengers 1 was a setup issue. So, Pedro, as far as Avengers 1 goes, were you able to just jump right into it, or is it kind of a continuation off another series? Hot Mustard Gas, what's up, buddy? There's a Vampirella cover that's sick this week. Well, I'll be sure to cover that for you, my friend. All right, so let's... sorry I wasted your time. I didn't have a story to tell you, so I figured, fuck it. We'll talk about some of the books I grabbed last week. Ambassadors was awesome. Ambassadors was another top read. That one... So, Hulk, Ambassadors, Red Room Crypto Killers was all A pushing a S-, but the only S to me was The Seasons Have Teeth #2. That was a good one. And Chell's Art and Stuff says Avengers read like a new book. It was good. Solid. Pedro says kind of a continuation. You need to read the one. All right, I did read Timeless. All right, that's cool to know, though. So I could at least jump into it if I want to. Oh, Ambassadors could easily be a television show. Or, hell, maybe even a movie. I'd prefer to see a TV show. Think about that. Like every episode of the show is kind of focused on each character. That would be really cool. All right, we gotta go back. All right, not to waste anybody's more time. No time is very precious. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you're just tuning in for the first time, as always, I'm going to be going over all the new books. We're going to be checking out some of the covers. If there's any important shit at the very end of the stream, that's when I go over Key Collector to check out all of the non-keys that they list as keys for the week. You never know sometimes. But I start off with all the indie publishers. We work our way into Image, Boom Studios, and then we finish it up with DC and Marvel. Oh, Hot Mustard Gas. Ambassadors is absolutely worth checking out. I don't remember who it was. I hate to put words in her mouth, but I feel like K-Bar, one of the commenters who's always here, K-Bar, I think he said that he's not too into Ambassadors. But like I said, I think somebody here said they're not really that big on it, but I'm a huge fan of it. Yes, different artists on every issue, and there's been no bad art so far, and the story's phenomenal. There it is. I knew it was your ass. Yeah, Kvar said I couldn't get into it. All right, I'm gonna be opening up all the books that I'm gonna be getting first, and then we can check out some of that. Red Zone 3 absolutely came out, so I don't know why it's got that coming out. And you said Vampirella's got a tight one, so we'll check out Vampirella. Exiled, I'll bring it up even though I'm not reading it anymore. New Street Fighter from Uda. Actually, I'm not bringing up any fucking manga. Nothing manga related. Not after last time. Not worth it. I understand. See, I understand it might be a comic. I actually don't know. But anything that's got kind of manga on it, I'm not putting up. I'm not talking about it, not getting into it. Motherfuckers got me on two two of those copyright strikes or whatever they are, just because I was showing off artwork. So, yeah. Nothing for you. Wow, there's a lot of good shit coming out this week, though. Bad Idea, Viz, Naughty and Nice, so a new one from them. Red 5 got a new one. I'll bring that up to... Damn, there's a lot of new ones. Holy crap. And I'm going to get caught up on comments as soon as I open up all of these. I didn't realize there were so many new ones this week. Good Lord. Get the wallets ready, folks. What is that? That's some freaking butt cheeks? Lord Button Shops. All right, we're opening that. Actually, I don't know if we can open that. Whatever. All right, we're going to start with this one. All right, let's check some of these out. Are you going to check out the new DC Terror series? I'll take a peek at it probably, though. I still have Marvel Mangaverse X-Men. I used to have it. They have them for each character. The first Molocrop was pretty good. First Molocrop was pretty solid. Ruru, what's up, buddy? Damn, Mark's got a solid week coming up. Looks like he's getting some JSA, King Spawn, Vanished, Ambassadors, Nightclub. How's Nightclub been? I missed out after every issue from the first one, but I did really like that first one. Supermassive is going to be sweet. That kind of throws me out. Supermassive, I feel like if you guys follow Two Brothers, what the fuck? For the third try. If you guys follow Two Brothers Comics, I feel like they had an exclusive for Supermassive, and I feel like they sold it like a year ago. They had something. I could have sworn it was that, though. Lyle, what's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well today. If you guys notice, I start sweating pretty profusely through this stream. It's hot as all hell in this fucking house right now, and I got 3 lights on me, so let the sweat go. Was Terror War actually good? Just picked up issue for $1.80. For $1.80, it's really good. I'm not going to say it's... I think Saladin Ahmed did it. I think it's a really interesting concept, and I like the artwork. If it's the same one I'm thinking of, I'm pretty positive it's Saladin Ahmed, but... there was a previous Supermassive special. Gotcha. I was gonna say they knew they had something with Supermassive, but obviously it didn't make sense to have their own thing. Should do your stream up here. It's a -12. Man, I would be really happy for -12. As crazy as that sounds, I love it. I love the cold. I feel that, dude. Got to hook up my AC tomorrow. K-Bar, you know what sucks, guys? My fucking central air out. We've had 2 different people. So we had someone, I guess this is a story. So we had someone come out last year to check out the central air unit. It's an old one. It's like 10, 12 years old. And he's like, oh, it's, we just got to recharge it. You'll be good to go. I was like, okay, we'll recharge it for $900. And it worked perfect all summer. It was fantastic. You walk outside, it's hot as hell. You walk inside, and it's just like, nice and cool. I loved it. This year we went to turn it on, and it was drained again, which isn't a good sign. So we had someone come out again, and they were like, well, we can refill it again for you, although it's going to be, I think they said 15 or 1,800, and I was like, it was 900 last year. And they said, it's just one of those things, man. It's a little bit more expensive now. It's like a little bit more expensive. It's like double the price. So we had them come back out then to kind of quote us on a brand new central air unit. And they said for the central air unit, it was going to be $9,200. And I was like, $9,200? That's a lot of fucking money. So we called somebody else out, and they were like $10,000. It was like, I think it was $10,200 for a new central air unit. So it's not looking positive over here on the AR Comics home front for the central air unit. Mets fan says, beautiful day in Connecticut. Oh, man, you're lucky. It's hot as hell here. Glenn, what's up, buddy? And My Road Trip Adventure Channel, what's up? All right, so the first one we're going to be... oh, wait. I forgot to see that one. My pull list total is $142.67 before the pull discount. Was it usually like 10 or 20% for having a pull list? So, I mean, you're obviously going to get some money off of that, but still... you're still looking at a lot of money, like 115 at the absolute most. Oh, dude, the thing is you can finance it, but do I really want to finance a central air unit? It's tough, but might have to do it. Space Crime, what's up, bud? All right, so we're going to be covering all the ones I'm going to be getting. This list that I have pulled up, it's all the ones I'm grabbing this week and all the new ones coming out from these indie publishers. And the first one we got is Blue Book number 4, Dark Horse, written by our dude James Tynion the fourth. You know, I don't think I'm enjoying this series. I wanted a really cool Alien series. My favorite issue from the Department of Truth was the Alien one, the kind of one-off issue that he did. It was awesome, and I loved it. So when I saw that he was doing an Alien series, I was really hyped up for it. And I don't know if this is going to be a little hot topic or a little bit of a, my opinion on this one, but I saw someone comment the other day, and I didn't respond to it because I wanted to remember. And let's see if I still have it in front of me. Here we go. This guy, buy YouTube views. Love this video. Thank you for the inspiration. It's just me talking about all the new books this week. What fucking inspiration you gonna get from that? Here it is. It's from the user's Capsule. Capsule usually comments. I don't know if he usually pops in. It says, anyone else having issues with Tynion's latest stuff? Other than Something is Killing the Children, Department of Truth, I'm not feeling any of his new books. And somebody actually responded and said, I agree. And you know what? I agree too. Department of Truth's been good, but if you go back in some of my videos, there's been a lot of times where I was like, he's really getting off track on this series. It's really kind of all over the place. We're kind of losing focus on the actual main plot. Something's Killing Children, that's top notch. That's some good shit. But the Blue Book isn't good. I didn't think The Closet was very good. Nice House on the Lake really fucking just kind of dropped off in my opinion. So a lot of his latest stuff, I'm honestly just really not enjoying it that much. So I don't know if that's just me. Obviously it's not, because these two people also commented that, but I don't know. I read Blue Book, and when I'm done reading, I just think to myself, it's all right. It's not that good, and it's not bad. But the thing is, I'm spending $5 on this book. So that's always the disappointing thing. The covers are always sweet. I got the Wiener Dog one, the last issue. But yeah, I like these 1 in 10 incentive. Like, they're very nice covers, but the series itself is just, all right. So World Tree was really good. I will say World Tree was very good. I forgot about that one. That one was great. Salacious. Just buy an AC for each room, $10,000. That's a nice journey in the mystery. Oh, see, that's the thing, though, is if you get an AC in every room, that's just going to annihilate the electric bill, man. K-Bar says, I generally like a lot of his work, even the smaller minis, but he does tend to get hit or miss. Yeah, as of late, I feel like a lot of it has been hit or miss, and to me it's been a miss. But I will admit World Tree was very good, and I'm really excited. I'm pretty positive I was still doing top 10 lists at the time, and I put that as my number 1 read of the week. But actually, how many issues was this cover? So I'm pretty sure this is a 1 through 5. And that's going to be the whole series. So there's only one more issue after issue number 4. Be on the lookout for it. I would wait for a trade paperback, assuming you're even interested in reading it. I mean, look at it right here. 136 pages for $25. It's only 5 issues. And so far, the first couple have been pretty boring. The second issue was the best one. I didn't think the last one was that good. Let's see. All right, cool. And then we got Black Tape number 4 from AWA. This is the series finale. This is a really good series. I'm thoroughly enjoying this one. So what we got is our main character. His name is Jack King. This is literally just from the description. Rock and roll god, projected a stage persona on par with the devil. So rock and roller. The thing is, you learn in the first issue that he passed away, and the actual story is focused on his wife. She's trying to deal with the funeral, trying to deal with everything because, he's a famous musician. He knows a ton of people, very wealthy, very just, everyone seems to love him. But she starts to realize that at the funeral, she doesn't recognize a lot of these people. A lot of these people are starting to come up to her saying, we were very close, we were this, we're that, we'll do anything to help you out. But she has no idea who a lot of these people are. And then as the series progresses a little bit, you start to see a lot of these people who she thought she knew, she might not actually be able to trust. So it kind of entails with him dealing with some possible devil worshipping, some cult stuff. This issue is going to be really good. I'm really excited to see how they wrap it all up, though. But like we were just saying with the Blue Book, this is the last issue. I would just wait for a trade paperback. Let's see if it's got a date on it. Because every once in a while, these have dates. July 12th. So if you're willing to wait a little bit, if you can't find the back issues for a good price, July 12th, we got it coming out. $10. This is why I'm always hyping up AWA Upshot. Look at that last one. So you're looking at the Blue Book from James Tynion. It's 5 issues, and, you know, it's just okay. It said 134 or 124 pages, $25. This is $10. Come on. You can't beat that, and it's a really good story. 100% recommend checking it out. What I will say, though, so they have all these homage covers. This one's the Motley Crue. I think they missed it on every one of them. I really don't think these homage covers have been that good. Let's take a peek at some of the other ones. Like, I know they did a Black Sabbath. Yeah, like Black Tape, Master of Hell. Like, it's not to knock on these bands, because Motley Crue and Black Sabbath, they're fucking, you know, they're rock stars. They got great music. But look at this one too. Like AC/DC, Black Tape, Jack is Back. These are boring as hell. They picked the most boring album covers for rock and roll to put on as these covers. I don't know. That's just my take. I think they really missed out on something cool for rock and roll homages. Let's see what number 3 was. I don't remember number 3. This is probably the best from Motorhead. Yeah, the Motorhead one's the best, just because there's actually something there. But the other ones, they're just boring to me. Let's see. Sounds a... I will... Hereditary... Was Hereditary the one where that tragic thing happened to the little girl kind of in the beginning of the movie, and it was really traumatizing to everybody? I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm thinking that's the movie. And it's kind of blamed on the brother. Black Tape was generic as hell until issue 3. I kind of feel that, Dr. Cosmos Lab. All right, Chris says, "All right, what's up, Chris?" And John, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I think the first issue did a really good job setting everything up. It kind of laid where the story is, why everybody loves them. Just, you know, really just laying the groundwork and introducing us to all the characters, which is usually what AWA does. See, and I think this is why this series is really good. Because AWA, I feel like I mention this all the time, but their stuff is usually really good. I think they have I feel like they follow a script for every single one of their series. Issue 1 lays the groundwork where the entire series is going. Issue 2, they give us backstory on all the characters while progressing the story a little bit. Issue 3, everything pops off. Shit hits the fan, and it leads us right to the finale. And in the last issue, just wraps it all up very well. They follow that for almost every single series. And the ones that I don't think they really follow that is usually a pretty bad series. So, let's see. Let's get caught up on some of these. Black Tape has got a good hook. I agree. Trade paperback's a good way to go, but I thought it had a good hook too. Cherry Blackbird. Was Cherry Blackbird Scout? Maybe? I've heard of it. Or maybe was it when it was Bohemian or Behemoth? Behemoth still? Dr. Cosmos, I agree. I agree with you. I'm still reading it. I'm going to just ride this one out to the end, hoping for the best, but I thought issue 2 was really good, but meh. All right, cool. Scout. Scout's a good one. Scout usually has good stuff. And now somebody mentioned earlier, actually, Space Crime, it may have been you. No, I don't think it was you. Somebody mentioned Vampirella. Oh, no, it's Pedro, I believe. Pedro, I think, mentioned Vampirella. So we got a brand new one from Dynamite, Vampirella versus Superpowers, issue number 1. This is written by Dan Abnett. There is a 6... 12, 18, 24, 30. Only 33 covers for this one. So you got a lot of options, folks. Let's see. I feel like there's a massive delay right now. Yeah, only. So let's see. You've got yeah. Well, so the thing is a lot of people always mention that too. Is there's like they always say Dynamite has an absurd amount of covers, and it's like when you really look at it though, they only have a few different covers. Like so, there's cover A. Well, maybe that's not the best example, but just ones that we can like look at right now. So there's cover A. There's a variant to cover A. Another variant for that one. Another one. Another one. So there's like 4 versions or 5 versions of cover A. 2 different blank sketch covers. And that's usually what it is there's like 5 different versions of every cover. So, I mean, I agree. There's too many fucking covers. But, to each their own, I guess. What's this one even about? Being a superhero is bloodthirsty work. It's full throttle throwback action courtesy, blah, blah, blah. Vampirella and her trusty sidekick, Dynamite, have become superheroes and are assigned to save the world that looks strangely similar to 1940s Earth. Nah, not for me. Let's see. Yeah, I agree, Gorgeous. Gorgeous George. Are there any safe for work covers among those 38? I'm guessing safe for work. They're all covered. I mean, I'm showing them on YouTube. I know your work is probably a bit different than YouTube. If you're asking if there's any nudes, no, but they're all half naked and in like her one piece. So take that for what it is. Yeah, if you work from home, they're all safe. Hey, Dynamite, what's up, buddy? Gorgeous George, I can agree with that. I can agree. I'm not going to be picking that one up though. I'll talk about that one day. All 8 Eyes, issue number 2. I talked to somebody that really liked that first issue. I didn't think there was anything that special about it. It slightly reminded me of Ice Cream Man's artwork. Very similar. I've got it somewhere in this pile. If I have it on top, I'll show you. I don't know where the fuck it would be, though. Nah, I'm not looking for it. I probably have almost 100 books to bag and board and then put away. It's becoming an issue. I would much rather just move on from them or as they are. Let's see. Variants are a real problem. I know there isn't anybody forcing customers to buy them, but their effect on the overall industry isn't benign. So Kobe Comics, what's up, buddy? So that's that Dynamite. I'll do that one next. If anyone wants to talk about All 8 Eyes a little bit more, we can go back to it, but it's kind of a horror book. It really wasn't that good to me. It was about spiders, how they kind of kill people that are, I guess the homeless or the people who walk the streets at night, like just these monsters, but they're spiders. I don't know. It wasn't that great to me. Didn't seem too special. But I'm going to bring up, only because he asked for it, Drexler next. Oh, this is written by Bob Sally. Oh, that's cool. I follow him on Instagram. At least I think it's him. I'm like 100% sure it's him. Bob, there he is. Yeah, Bob Sally. Art and entertainment, writer and creator of Savengers, Ogre, Broken Gargoyles. You got to put your new one on there, bud. Nah, it's definitely him, though. That's cool. So Dynamite, this is the brand. Oh, it was a Kickstarter. Just wondering if anyone knows anything about it. I didn't. I do follow Bob Sally on Instagram, but I never spoken to him before. But it says nonstop. Welcome to Marvin, an isolated town at the edge of nowhere. Local Sheriff Kara Ramon is facing a crisis with the discovery of 3 slaughtered girls and another missing. As local tensions boil, she reaches out to the only person she knows capable of stopping the massacre. Town outcast and local monster, her half-brother, Drexler. However, Drexler brings with him a powder keg of his own problems that could threaten to destroy them all. Regardless, there is something sinister stalking the woods in the darkness and nobody is safe. Sometimes it takes a monster to kill something worse. That does sound cool. I'm not sure how I feel about a $6 price tag on it, though. Hey, there we got Coin Collector. I was gonna say people were reaching out to me about that, and I was like, I don't know what the dude's email is. I thought he put it in the stream. I was just telling people to refer to the stream. But from what Mark said, I think that's a very good topic. Maybe we'll do a stream dedicated to variants and the problem that they are in the industry itself. Breezy, what's up? But my take on it, like I said, maybe we'll do an entire stream dedicated. We'll pull stuff up, we'll pull numbers, we'll pull up the different types of variants and what they sold for, what they sell for now, shit like that. But I think it's a cheap cash grab for the most part. Now, that's not to take away from like a cover A, cover B, and maybe a cover C, or hell, maybe even an incentive variant. I know you're probably thinking, well, that's the problem, because imagine every single book does that then. I think that is the problem, if every single book does that. Not everything needs a bunch of variants, a bunch of exclusives. I think, cover A, cover B, and incentive, I think that's fine. You want to do cover A, cover B, blank sketch and incentive, cool. Maybe it's a brand new, for example, with Marvel. Maybe it's a brand new Avengers series or a brand new Spider-Man series. So you've got a bunch of incentive covers. You've got a bunch of exclusive covers. Stream dedicated to Dynamite covers. Hugh. Now we ain't got that type of time. Sorry about that. But I think having some variants are good. I like the option, although I usually just go straight for cover A. I think it's cool to have an upgraded kind of higher end variant like the incentive. Maybe it's a 1 in 10, 1 in 20. But when you're getting to the point where some of these publishers are putting out variants that are, let's say, for example, you got cover A, B, C, and D. And then all of a sudden you've got a blank sketch, maybe a 1 in 10, 20, 30, 50, and 100 incentive variants. Maybe we have all of that. And then maybe we've got virgin variants of all that. Maybe we have exclusives on top of that. So instead of it being maybe 4 or 5 different covers when it's all said and done, we're looking at close to 20 to 30 covers. I mean, shit, we looked at a couple of the series over the time of doing these streams and videos where there's like 40 to 60 covers for some books. World Tree, I think, was in the 40s. Something That's Killing the Children has hit the 60s before. Strange Dogs have hit the 60s before. There is a lot of variant covers in the market, and it is just that. It's a cash grab. It's cheap. And, I think when you do things like that, it really takes away from the book itself, because there's people that are going to look at that like, geez, you got 60 covers? And maybe for like Stray Dogs, where they started off with a couple horror homages, and then all of a sudden it's like you've got every single horror movie under the sun as an homage. Do you think people are all going to buy that, or do you just expect some sort of money being recouped? Because if you're Image, are you really going to say no to those people? Absolutely fucking not. Oh yeah, you want to do an exclusive? You want to do an exclusive? Absolutely. Everybody can do an exclusive because they're all paying that company, to do it. So as a company, no, you're not going to say no. But if you're the company putting out all of those variants, not just exclusives, I don't know. You got to take a step back sometimes to really think about all of that. Because, we're going to get to Marvel very soon. But, hell, even DC, before we get there, there's a lot of DC books that have, I think, 5 or 6 covers per book. And I think the one that kills me the most is I'm not usually one that's going to complain about the variants, because I do agree that I think it's a problem. But to me, it's more of one of those to each their own type of things. You want to get variants. That's how you collect. All you do whatever you got to do. Space Crime, I'm also guilty of it. I fell for a lot of the horror homages in the beginning, and I was like, oh, let me get more of them. But then they kept pumping them out, and I stopped getting them. But right off the bat, when they had them, I was getting all of them. But yeah. Real quick before we continue on with this, if you did win one of the giveaways from last time, because I saw Coin Collector again, he put his somewhere he put his email in the chat. If you won, go check that out. I can't pin comments from Streamlabs, and I don't have YouTube open, so I can't pin it right now. So just refer to wherever his email is. Don Johnson, what's up, man? Don Johnson, no car bug story, man. None of that. I just talked about why I couldn't do Thursday stream. I talked about the books just a little bit. That's pretty much it. But to wrap up everything with the variants, like I said, I think it takes away from the story. Where I was going with it, the thing that pisses me off the most with the variants are the connecting covers, which I usually go for. But when you have an issue 1 that's got like 4 connecting covers to it, you're off your rocker, man. I'm not going to be getting that. I know the biggest example recently for me was TMNT Power Rangers, like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers TMNT Volume 2 kind of team up series. Issue 1 had, I think, 3 or 4 connecting covers. Why would you buy that? Tell me, would it not make more sense to have issues 1 through 5, every single one of them is a connecting cover? That makes sense to me. I don't know. That's what I would do. But like I said, maybe we can dedicate an entire stream to that. It'll be called, like, variants or fucking everything up in the community. I don't know. Something like that. But this is Drexler1. I appreciate Dynamite reaching out, wanting to know more about this one. Bob Zally seems like a nice guy. I follow him on Instagram. It's got 2 different covers, too. Speaking of... See, this is it. A 1 in 10 and a 1 in 50. So you're not pumping out a cover A, cover B, 1 in 10, 1 in 50. Actually, these are really nice covers, too. I think I like the 1 in 10 more than the 1 in 50, but that one's really cool. All right, speaking of the people who are always the culprits for the variants, we got Whatnot Publishing. We have Exiled issue number 4 on the way. I stopped reading after issue number 2. It's just not that good. I like the covers. I really do. See, it's another one. I mean, we've got, what's this one? Alien, it looks like. Yeah, we got an Alien cover. Any other homages? Is this one homage? No, I don't think it is. So we got one homage this time. I did get the Terminator one. I didn't read that issue yet, but I don't know. Seriously, it just hasn't been my thing. I don't think it's been that good. The artwork has been all right. I'm pretty sure the first issue I caught like 2 grammar errors in it. And I always bring that up too. If I'm catching grammar errors, they've got to be pretty rough because I just kind of read things, but I don't know. I don't catch grammatical stuff like that. So the fact that I caught a couple things, that's somebody slacking over there. But other than that, I don't know how many issues this is supposed to be. The only reason I honestly picked it up was because of Wesley Snipes, though. And Gorgeous George said, agreed, big Blade fan, but not feeling exiled. I think I liked it more. Did we? With Exiled or with the variants? I don't even remember. We talk about shit all the time. I think what I did like, though, I didn't like how it started. It was a unique idea. But it was like, all right, there's just a lot of different stuff going on. And then all of a sudden it turned into more of a kind of an invasion of the body snatchers type of deal, where it's not just some serial killer murderer out there on the loose. It's actually aliens that are coming to Earth and they're taking over people's bodies. But at that same rate, now it's also not a unique story once again. It's just better than what it was before because it's more of an interesting concept. But I don't know. I didn't keep going with it. Now, this series from IDW, we got Dead Seas number 6. Part of me thinks this is the end of the series. But I don't... I feel like this is the end of the series. Yeah, I'm pretty positive this is the last one. Breezy says the spelling errors. I'm telling you, dude, we go, I feel like we go on all of these websites and we look at all these articles and there's just spelling mistakes and grammar errors everywhere. Like these are real websites where people consistently put out articles about stuff. And I don't know, you'd think someone would spell check at the bare minimum. I feel like when you're writing things, whether it's in whatever Google Docs or Microsoft Word, there's like things that fix your spelling and grammar errors without you even having to do it. So I don't know where the hell this shit's coming from and why people are making all these errors. Ooh. Kale, you're not going to like this one. Did you finally register for New York Comic Con? I feel like if I tell you yes, you'll like that better than no. But the answer was no. I didn't register. It's one of those things. I like to tell myself I did, or I like to tell myself that I will. And then a couple days go by and I forget about it. Actually, to be honest, I usually forget about it in like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. But then I just totally forget. Torment. I hope the books are good this week because I'm barely scraping 7 books. It's definitely a lighter week, man. Definitely a lighter week. Also, you have to consider how much editing and work is being put into lining up the artists and arranging the variant covers as compared to how much effort is being put in editing the actual story. Yeah, that too. I mean, a comic book, there's a lot of work that goes into the comic, whether it's, writing, the layout, the art, the design, everything. There's a lot of work and effort. So it's like the bare minimum is to make sure the shit is spelled right, or at least it sounds right. I don't know. That's just my take. For fans of The Expanse, issue 2 is out this week. Oh yeah, that one is coming out, man. At least you can tell an AI didn't write it. AI wouldn't make... Oh, speaking of AI, I don't know how many basketball fans we have in the house, but if you guys saw that Ja Morant fucked up again with the whole having a gun out on Instagram Live, did you see the apology that he put out? And somebody said that's a Chat GPT bot written apology because they typed in give me a... I don't know. It was like, give me an apology for being caught again or something like that. And it was word for word. Whatever he wrote was word for word from ChatGPT. So someone was like, yo, he literally just typed that in. So that was really funny. I was like, this dude, I hope all the best for Ja Morant. I think Ja Morant, not to get too off topic, can be such an incredible just person and presence for the kids in Memphis. He can be someone that people can look up to. He's still young. All the kids can look at him and be like, yes, that is a role model. That's who I need to look at. He's leading the team, the Memphis team. He's somebody that, kids can look at. And man, he just keeps screwing up more and more. And I get he's young and he wants to have fun, but sometimes you need to look at the bigger picture. And I mean, James Harden, to an extent, was a role model even in Houston. And that man loved the strip clubs in Houston. But it was never filmed for the most part. He never got caught doing bad things. Ja Morant's always out with a gun. What an idiot, man. He's so stupid. Albert, yeah, Morant never learns. He's going to learn when he loses all this money and he starts losing endorsements, I'll tell you that much. I didn't check out the movie Air, but it's got a really good cast. Yeah, he's wild, man. He is. He's just out there. He's living his best life. He's a kid that's got $200+ million. And he's just having fun with it. He needs to look at the bigger picture sometimes. But that aside, Dead Seas is a very, very good read. Here's why, Torment, real quick, here's why I think you're wrong. While in reality, he didn't technically do anything wrong, assuming those were his guns and he has them legally and they're registered to him, then no, he didn't technically do anything wrong. However, what he did is wrong. You're out in a car waving the gun around. You're on camera waving a gun around. You're at a strip club where you're being filmed waving a gun around. That's the wrong of it. Owning it, registered, keeping it on you, that's all legal and good. It's against the NBA rules. So I still, if that's the case, I think that's a dumb rule. He should legally be able to have that firearm. Depending on, traveling different states and you're crossing borders, you're hitting a lot of different laws, which then is illegal. But him doing that is why I think he should be suspended and why he should be losing. I don't want to take anybody's money away from them, but why he should be losing endorsements is because he's doing a very stupid thing. He's not He's not being a good role model with it. You don't see the average person just really waving a gun around like that. That's the mistakes he's making, and that's why I think that he should be getting suspended and losing some of the stuff that he has been, because he needs to grow up. But technically, if they're his guns, no, it's not illegal. Let me know if you're reading Dead Seas, by the way. Then we got Quested. This is the end of the arc. For as far as Whatnot books go, I think this is the one that I'm looking forward to most to read. For whatever reason, I've wanted to read Quested more than every single other book that they've put out. And this is the only one that I cannot get my hands on, unless if it's on eBay or, my comic shop, something like that. Then I can get the book. It's no problem doing that. But on New Comic Book Day, this is the only one that I consistently just could not get from my shop. Speaking of variants, though, I love the Nintendo variants that not only Whatnot does, but some of the other publishers do. I know Bird City Comics always slays it on the N64 ones, and this is a nice GameCube one from Zelda. I'm a big fan of those. There's morality clauses in all public-facing employees' contracts. There we go. He's already lost a lot of money. That he has. The first suspension cost him a spot in the All-NBA team. I think, what was that? The max contract he lost potentially, $40 million, I think? He should have security on him at all times. No need for a personal gun. He probably does. Steven, I did not get the Astrobots. That one I was also really interested in reading too. This one, though, Quested I wanted to read before Astrobots, but I heard Astrobots was great. I mean, he went to school and got drafted to be a good basketball player. He didn't get drafted to be a good role model. Not saying what he's done is good, of course. But that's the thing is, once you put yourself in that position and you become that type of a person, and and you are the leader of the team, and you're being handed, I don't know what his contract is, 100 mil, it's probably more than 100 million, but call it 100 million. You make more money than everybody on the team. I think as a team, they have the right to look at you and be like, listen, you got off basically scotch tape. You got off basically free after the first suspension. That wasn't even a suspension. It was a slap on the wrist. That was like, hey, don't do that again. That was bad. And then he got caught on Instagram Live doing it with one of his boys. So he needs somebody to help him out. I'm not saying he deserves to just be kicked out, suspended for a year. He needs help. He does deserve a suspension to kind of get some sense knocked into him, because he's the guy. Then that's the thing I don't think he realizes, is he is the guy. But he needs, you know what he needs? He needs his dad to not be his fucking best friend. His dad needs to step in a little bit and be an adult and say, you know what, dude? You're really screwing things up for yourself. You need to get serious about this and not be on the sidelines with them, balling and fucking hanging out and all that shit. But back to the comic books, everybody, for now. Oh, yeah, I remember Hernandez. That was another crazy one. I mean, what's his name? Antonio Brown's also a nutcase. Nah, Lyle, you the best. You're the best. Yo, speaking of content, I saw K-Bar talk about some Game Boys, and yes, I did pick up another Game Boy. Oh, yo, fucking look at this. I gotta show you this real quick. We don't have to go in depth with it. We don't have to go in depth. Look at this, guys. I picked this up for $65. Game Boy Pocket. In the box, look at this label that's still on there. August 12th of 97. And when I asked them to look at it in the store, I said, can you open it? Because there's some stores that really get weird with that type of stuff. This is how she opened it. Oh my goodness. It's not new, but it was in the wrapper and everything. The instruction manuals are also in there. I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. It works perfectly well, too. That's all I wanted to show you guys. I could not believe... Craziest shit I've ever found in a store. Especially for that price. But where I was going with that, we got some viewers in right now, so I would like to get, obviously, everybody's opinions on things. I've actually had people reaching out because I've been posting some more video game stuff that they would like to actually see video game content. Not me playing video games, but I do a lot of console refurbishing. I fix consoles. I do stuff like that. And a lot of people have reached out that they would like to watch some videos like that, whether it's just cleaning them or fixing them to, stuff like that. If you guys would like to see that, let me know. I'm still on the fence if I would like to do content like that, but like I said, I've probably had about 5 or 6 people reach out like, hey, are you going to start making videos like that? Because I'd love to watch it. It's like, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, dude, Dr. Cosmos. Yeah. The manual's in there, the plastic wrap over the manuals, the Game Boy Pocket itself, it's all complete. There's a little bit of wear on the back of it, but it's nothing bad at all. If I would, that's the thing. I feel like I'd probably make a second channel to do it, but for the sake of like easiness, keep it on this channel too. But there's a lot of people who also don't like video game stuff, so I don't want to kind of bombard you with other random shit then. But there we go. There's Quested. Main thing with this, that's the end of the arc. So I hope it's been good for those of you reading it. Another new one from Dynamite. For whatever reason, no, we covered this one. This isn't actually coming out. Somebody said this was a Kickstarter, so this isn't coming out this week, which is why all the covers are very blurry like that one. So I'm not going to cover this. Let's see. Oh yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, I would totally be interested, but better for your account. I'll go to do a second channel. Yeah, that's what a lot of people said. So it'd be fun to kind of do that, but that'd suck. Make a whole nother channel and then kind of go back and forth and stuff like that. That would be annoying. Oh no, that's totally true. Where was that? We were talking about that. I don't remember when. Somebody brought that up and they said it's the booby books. No, that 100% happened, I think, last week. I don't know if that was on this stream or a different stream. But yeah, somebody was saying that. Oh, the thing is, so I don't play as many video games as I would like to. But man, I have a lot of fun fixing them up. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it was here though, Steven. But Red 5, we got a brand new one. It's We Are Scarlet Twilight, issue number 1. 1938, and time to meet our hero, Captain Lancet. He's a Golden Age all-American crime buster who's about to accidentally create the world's greatest villain. He'll need to adjust a strange new world, one that resembles Fritz Lang's Metropolis, with some cyberpunk dystopia sprinkled in if he wants to overthrow the totalitarian vampire cult that now dominates the world. Sounds okay. I like the cover. Any comments on it? Nope. I've actually never read a book by Red 5 before. Have you guys ever read anything from them? It was definitely here. I was going to say, I remember somebody calling it booby books. I don't remember where it was, though. Hey, Craig, what's up, buddy? Speaking of booby books, Zenoscope is usually all about that. This is just... I feel like these are always just like one-shots. And Mullet Cop. Somebody mentioned Mullet Cop earlier. I don't know if you guys read the first one from Scout Comics. It was a one-shot. It was honestly really good. It's literally just a mall cop. Mall cop, and he's got to stop crime and save the day. A lot of stuff goes down, though, in the first issue. But like I said, it was a one-shot. Presented in a special shrimp-sized 5x5 format. I don't think I like that, though. Yeah, I don't think I'd like that. Gosh. Oh, dude, Mullet Cop, like I said, the first one was good. Let's see if they have it on here. I don't know if they do. Here's the first one if you guys were interested. This is what the cover... I'll just bring it up. There's a whole website. Yeah, so this was it. The artwork was very okay. But it's more of a futuristic and... yeah, it's pretty cool. I didn't know there's a second one. Unless if that one's the second one. Yeah. That's a cool... It was fun. Futuristic malls, gangs, mutants. Let's go. I think it was $8, though. That was the only thing. I think it was the $8 book, but it was a big, oversized one-shot. Yeah. Exo Manowar and Vanish are the only other title I'm grabbing this week. I'll bring up Exo Manowar for you. We could talk about that one, too. Let's see. There we go. Unconquered. We'll talk about that one in a sec. Actually, we'll talk about that one next then. So my man, who was it? Dynamite's going to be getting Exo Manowar Unconquered number 3. For anyone else that might be interested in it, written by Becky Cloonan and Michael Conrad. Covers are pretty sweet. I've heard very good things about Exo Manowar. I like the other covers. I like cover B. I remember going through this one. Yeah, it's a sweet one. But there we go. New intergalactic threat. Novus Romanus holds a weakened Eric of Darcia captive. Will our hero survive combat with one of the fiercest and most brash of the novice Romanius warriors? Thyra Antius is her very own TO armor. Cool. I hope it's good for you, buddy. I was actually gonna ask you if the artwork is really good in it. Austin, what's up, buddy? Really waiting next week. World Tree was good. I really liked that first one. We got another new one. This is from Fair Square Comics. I've never heard of them before. It's $10, which means it's probably just a big oversized book type deal. Let's see. An arid and wild land cut off from the world. Tough and hot-blooded men, crime, alcohol, revenge. This is where the taciturn Montoya runs a bar where the worst scoundrels, I love that word, in the area come to settle their differences or talk about their setbacks. That sounds okay. New one from Sumerian Feeder. I've talked about this one for like 3 weeks in a row. I'm not doing it again. Maybe it'll come out finally. Todd Mealy, what's up, buddy? I hope all is well, man. Everything's doing good on my end. I hope things are going really well for you too, man. Let's see. And as far as the indie comics go, this is the last one that's new coming out this week. How the hell do you say his name? Marique Nijkamp. Let's see what else she wrote. Marvel's Voices, Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. I didn't like that. I didn't think that was good. Meh. Within Temptation's a good band. For Feeder, it was a Terminator homage cover. Let's see, Liam Sharp art, fantastic. Clune Rat on scripts. What's the opposite of fantastic? Trash. All right. Let's hop into it, folks. Let's get into these indies. We got some Image coming up, and we got Boom Studios to talk about. Let's see. I think there's a Skybound in here. Yeah, we got one Skybound. All right, let's check it out, folks. I saw somebody said they were getting Vanished, so I'll bring it up. What's the first place from here? Bomb-ass series ambassadors. Can't go wrong. Somebody said they're getting Nightclub, so I'll bring that up. Supermassive is going to be sweet. Radiant Pink, it sucks, but I'm bringing it up because it's the final issue. Harrow's been surprisingly good. Indigo Children. Oh, shit, it's going to be a good week. I keep hearing how good Kaya is, too. Oh, for real? Oh, is Opus the one that did the Ozzy Osbourne one, like 2 months ago or something? I'm going to bring up Neighbors so I can talk about how bad it is. I'll still talk about it for you guys. And there we go. Somebody said the Expanse issue 2 coming out, so I'll bring that shit up too. All right, cool. Oh, they did Cradle of Filth? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. I'll bring up Dead Romans then for you, bud. Only because you mentioned it. Oh, and Ordinary Gods, I'll bring that up because that's the last issue of the series. All right, so we got a lot to talk about. All right, so Vanish number 7. So that's the other thing. I saw somebody bring it up again. I think it was... Shit, it might have been like a stream or two ago. I think we were talking about Donny Cates, and we were talking about how he's like taking a hiatus from writing. I think he's just tired of Marvel. I really think that's it. He's still doing his indie ones. He's still doing Vanish. I think Vanish is the only one because I don't think. What's the other one? Crossover? Crossover? I think that's it. Because I don't think Crossover's still going on. But yeah, he's still writing Vanish. I think he's got a lot going on in his life. Obviously, I don't know the details. I always say, I hope things are going well for him. But I think on top of all the shit that's going on in his life, he just kind of said, I'm tired of Marvel. So, he probably, outside of dealing with whatever's going on in his life behind the scenes, he probably just thought everything with Marvel's probably a bit overwhelming. And at least with Vanish, it's kind of on his own schedule. Because, it's his own book. Image, you just put out your book when you can. I don't think it's on a, month-to-month basis. I mean, I'm sure it is for him. But I don't think there's really that, need to put out in a hurry. Like Marvel, they probably, you got to get it to all those different editors. You have to have it matching different stories. You have to have certain things on there. Yeah, Dynamite. That's what I was saying. It seems like he's just cutting down on his workload. He's off Thor. He's off Hulk. Well, Hulk's over now, but he's off that. I think he got off something else too. But man, let him do his indie shit. He's better at indies in my opinion. Anyway. Let's see. And Torment says he's loving Vanish. I should get back onto Vanish. I only read the first issue, but I did think the first issue was good. They'd probably just throw Cates on some symbiotes book like the rest of us. That's what I think. You can tell. That's why I always say he has great ideas. He has phenomenal ideas, but his execution lacks because I feel like he just gets so fucking bored with it. I honestly do. I think he just puts some shit out there so he can get on with the next idea because he's tired of writing it. He's bored of it. He wants to do something new. So that's why I think he likes indies more. I mean, this is just me spitballing here. I think I like his indies more. And I think he can put more of his own spin and his own twist on things on indies. So I think he likes doing indies more. So I don't know. I think he just prefers to do this type of writing instead of whatever Marvel wants him to write. And the covers are pretty cool. Cover B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, T, A, L, M, fucking P. Yeah, so there's a lot of covers too. Let's see. I was hoping to get a Cable series from him before he left. My dream book is a Kate's Mora. See, for me, I don't know about Cable, but a Kate's Mora team up would be really cool to me. I don't know if I'd want him on anything else for Marvel. I'm burnt out on a lot of Marvel shit. I'm reading Carnage. I'm reading Venom, sadly. Oh, Venom came out last week. That was the fucking worst book of the week. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. I didn't like that one at all. Let's see. I was reading Hulk. I'm going to be getting the new Hulk. So take that for what it is. But other than that, everything's a symbiote right now. Everything is just Carnage coming at you. We had Carnage last summer. We got Carnage this summer. I think we had Carnage the summer before that. God damn. We don't need him that much. There. Yeah, I'm a filler artist. Come on, Stegman. This is your book, though. Who is the filler artist? Oh, Ken Marion. I don't know. Either way, that's just my take. I took all Marvel off my pull list except the Spider-Gwen and like 2 more. How's the Spider-Gwen been? I didn't like the last one. Austin, I agree. The best book that I think I'm reading from Marvel is Miles Morales as well. But even then, the Carnage stuff that they just did, I didn't really care about it. It was still a good issue, but I just, you read Carnage one week, and then you read Venom, and then you read fucking Miles Morales, you read something else that's got a symbiote in it, I'm over it. I really am. Oh, but this one, I'm going to keep hyping this book up until this shit is over with, until it starts stinking up the place. But What's the Furthest Place From Here is such a top read. It is just, I don't know what happened. I don't know where they just where it started popping up. But damn, is it good. After that 3rd issue, the issue where they introduced the old people, oh man, that was legit. That was really good. And then all of a sudden they had I think the grocery store was right after that. And then the carnival, and shit hit the fan. And now finally they had like, I think, kind of a couple one-off issues, but now we're focused on Sid's story a little bit more. This might be slowly creeping up the ladder on the best book from Image, in my opinion. Yeah, I know, like, we got Department of Truth, we got Philadelphia, Anita Hawes, we got these books that have been going on for a hot minute now. Ice Cream Man, Silver Coin, when that eventually comes back. But I think when you talk about these top series from Image, when you think of Image and you're like, what's the best book from Image? And people, right off the bat, what'd you think of? Because I thought of Ice Cream Man or Philadelphia. And I think of that stuff. I'll tell you what, when people start to mention Image, like, what do you recommend from Image? Outside of Ice Cream Man and Philadelphia, what's the furthest place from here comes into my mind with those books automatically. It's like, oh, I recommend Ice Cream Man if you like horror. If you like other types of stuff like that, what's the furthest place from here? It's a futuristic kind of dystopian weird series that kind of reminds me of a knockoff Warriors, the movie from back in the day. It just keeps getting better and better. We keep getting more in depth with these characters, the world, the different families. There's a lot of stuff. Noctera's also good. Damn, I didn't even think of Noctera. That's sad. Noctera's top notch though. Same with Undiscovered Country. I mean, Image has a lot of banging books, 100%. Let's see, what else do we got? I have the album too. I don't know where I have it. It's downstairs somewhere. My stack of other bullshit everywhere. Is this the finale? Hold the phone. Everybody pump the brakes. I assume it's just going to be on a hiatus between arcs unless it's specifically say final issue. All right, I was going to say, oh, damn, is this the end of the arc, though? Is that what it said? Where are Alabama and Lafayette? 2 members of the Academy are trapped in... It kind of does sound like an end of the arc. Oh, yeah, I'm hoping for World Tree to be a hit. Oh, wow, Manifest Destiny. That is a name I haven't heard in a while. There is a hardcover, I believe, of Manifest Destiny. Maybe there isn't. Wait, there it is. Deluxe hardcover. This is what I need. It's going to come out in November. Yeah, I'm going to need this. I've heard too many good things about Manifest Destiny. I've heard way too many good things about this one. Damn, Craig says one of the greatest stories. I'm looking forward to it. Are we looking forward to the Sacrificer's book from Image? Yes! That's another one I'm really looking forward to, Austin. That's going to be a good one. Let's keep it pushing, though. Next up, the Ambassadors. Another banging one. Let's see. Ambassadors, for those of you who haven't read it, special individuals handpicked from every country for their incredible decency. So why is the Australian ambassador an old school anti-progressive PR nightmare? So here's how it's been so far. Actually, Torment, I'm interested in knowing that too. I don't think it's a horror story, but I think it does have, it's like a futuristic story with monsters, but I don't think it's horror. So the Ambassadors, you got that lady in the right corner. She discovers how to get superpowers, and her ex-husband's also trying to learn how to just, manifest superpowers, like put them, whatever. But he's trying to sell it to other countries while she is trying to give it to an ambassador from each country, somebody that she deems or somebody deems as a good human being that will protect the country and deserves those powers. So every issue has been a different person from a different country, and it's just been on point. Different artists in every book too, and all the art's been great. What makes you think that, Craig? Dr. Cosmo's Lab, I'm glad you're enjoying it too. Here's the other covers. This cover kind of gives me a firepower cover, which is also another good series. Nightclub, I brought this one up. I'm not up to date on it. I am very behind, but a $2 book, you can't beat a fucking $2 book, guys. I might grab all of these from my comic shop. Supermassive 1, this is a big crossover event. If you're reading basically everything or anything from the stuff from the Massiverse, Radiant Black, Radiant Pink, Radiant Red, any of that, I'm guessing no one might be, no one's definitely included in that. There's good something, Rogue Sun. So definitely check all of those out as well. But like I said, this is a big crossover. Oh, there's only 2 issues left. I guess I didn't know how many issues there were going to be. I feel like they're going to have some sort of volume 2. That's just my thinking. Because they're doing too good of a setup to just kind of abandon the idea. Couple different covers for it. This is trippy. That one's really cool. Let's see. Doorway is open. Beyond it lies the Holy Grail. Yes, that Holy Grail. But why are Radiant Black, Rogue Sun, and the Dead Lucky? That's what it is. Are all so desperate to get their hands on it. And who is the mysterious woman who stands in their way? Damn, gonna have to get this one. I'm excited. Although I'm not reading Rogue Sun or Dead Lucky, so that sucks for me. Speaking of the Radiance, we've got Radiant Pink. This is the miniseries finale. It's not good. I'm just going to say that. It's not a good series. I've only got one more issue. I'm writing it out. Sucks for me. But Melissa Flores, I'm sorry, but I really didn't like this series at all. Let's see what else you wrote. Actually, that's not always a good way to determine. I like this cover, though. Wow, that's a nice cover. But I think my take on the Radiant Pink series is that it's not, I don't know, it's not what I wanted at all. You got Radiant Black. They're doing a good job setting it up, although it's been very slow, in my opinion. They go back and forth a lot of stuff, but Radiant Red was great. They had like a little one-shot, kind of a one-off issue with the Radiant Yellow character, also very good. Because not only are they focusing on that character specifically, but that character's powers. To me, this one's been more of a love story. And I'm sorry, I don't give a shit about love stories. If I'm reading a comic and all of a sudden it turns into a love story, or I get the impression that it is a love story, I usually don't continue on with it. And they did this in the second issue, and I was like, well, maybe it's just a small little thing. No. Then I read the third one, and it still sucked. So, yeah, it is what it is. But it is the final issue for those of you who are interested in a trade paperback. I'm sure it is releasing July 25th. And then we got Harrower. When do we think Spawn? Spawn will never end. Spawn will just go into a new fucking universe or something and continue on. Oh, speaking of Spawn, though. Oh, my Philadelphia fans. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. All right, let's go on to Harrower. So I will admit I wasn't a huge fan of this series for the first couple of issues. I thought there was no plot. It reminded me of an 80s slasher film, kind of like Jason. He's just kind of going about his business, just hacking everybody up, doing his thing. The artwork really wasn't that great either. That last issue ended on a crazy cliffhanger. I loved what they did. It totally renewed my interest in this series. I went from just kind of picking it up and not really having any expectations literally at all. I just went from picking it up to reading it to saying, let's see what he does. Let's see what this monster's capable of. But now they put a nice twist on it. The way that last one ended, they showed how the whole town is basically connected and everybody knows what's going on. The cover's kind of giving things away for this one. But like I said, I'm really interested to see what they do with it. Let's keep going on. Boom Studios. Now that we're just here. The Expanse, I only brought this up because somebody mentioned it earlier. I'd never seen The Expanse. I've never read anything with The Expanse. I heard it's cool, but I just brought it up for you. We can check out the different covers. That's the 1 in 25. And then this is the 1 in 10. So, nice covers, but I just don't know anything about it. Let's see. I feel like Boom is just trying to find... Yep, Craig. I have said that for so long. I don't think I mean this might be a hot topic too, but I don't think Boom Studios is that good. Their series are always hit or miss, and for the most part, I think most of them are misses. Something is Killing the Children is no doubt probably their number one book that they've ever come out with. I don't know numbers, I don't know anything like that, how much money it's brought in, but even if you don't like Something is Killing the Children, I don't think that you can disagree and say that it's probably not Boom Studios number one. Because it sure as shit ain't Berserker. Although, there's going to be another Berserker coming out. I don't know if you guys saw that too on the previews book. Oh, that hurts. I'm not picking that up, I'll tell you that. But, I mean, Eat the Rich was bad. The Neighbors, I brought this up so I could remind you guys, like I always try to do, about how bad this series is. I think it sucks. So, I might read the third issue if I can read it digitally. That's how I read the second one. Oh, the Berserker one's just a one-shot? Gotcha. I thought it was another series. I didn't read into it. I just saw it, and I was like, they're coming back. But yeah, I mean, so Eat the Rich, Maw, I will say, Seasons Have Teeth so far is really good. I love the Seasons Have Teeth. But it's only 2 issues deep. I can't think of some of the other ones, but I mean, those are the big ones recently. Neighbors, Maw, Eat the Rich, Berserker. Even House of Slaughter, for the most part, is pretty shit. There you go. I feel... Something... Yeah, it's my only Boom Studio. Hey, Kaiser, what's up, buddy? I don't know if I said hi to you before. Dr. Cosmos. I've been liking most of Boom's. Boom ain't bad. It's just my opinion. Let's see. My kid likes Seasons. I didn't... See, I think it's a really cool story. I think it's unique. I think it's a nice take. Vicious Circle. Oh, Vicious Circle. I didn't read that one. Capsule, what's up, buddy? Man, I don't know if you just tuned in. I was talking about your comment earlier about James Tynion. I saw you left it on Sunday's video, and I totally agree with you. I didn't respond to it because I wanted to bring it up during this stream because I feel the same way about a lot of his recent stuff. Although they mentioned World Tree, and World Tree was great. Mosley, a lot of people seem to like Mosley, but I'm not reading it. I missed out on the first issue, and I just that was it, missed out on the rest. Many Deaths of Lila Starr was great, probably because it's written by Ram V, and Ram V always kills it. I didn't finish reading Alice Ever After. I thought it was pretty good, but then I just kind of stopped caring about it. But let's see. Yeah, Alice, yeah. It's getting another volume. I haven't finished it. I think I only read 3 issues. That's usually my go-to for Boom Studios. I feel like I read 3 issues and I call it a day. But that's it for Boom. We can keep talking about Boom in the chat. I'll keep up with the comments. Indigo Children, though. Indigo Children, another bomb-ass series from Image. Man, Image is about to have a fucking killer week. Look at these books. What's the first place from here? Ambassador, Supermassive. I mean, hell, Nightclub's still good. Indigo Children, for those of you still reading Kea. Ordinary Gods, I'll actually mention that one next. I brought this up. It's a series finale. I read most of it. I really didn't like it, though. It was kind of boring. But then we've got Terror War. Damn. A lot of good shit coming out from them this week. But seriously, Indigo Children's a really solid read. I like the colors on it. I really like the artwork. Let's see. I thought you'd agree with me about James Tynion. Don't get me wrong. He has potential to write greatness, but lately he's been falling off, unfortunately. So, like I said, I don't know if you just tuned in. I don't want to, repeat the whole story for everyone. I don't want to waste anyone's time. But I said, same thing, basically. They brought up World Tree. I totally forgot about World Tree. I love the first issue. But Nice House on the Lake, the ending was pretty rough because they didn't technically end it like they were supposed to. So, going based off that, the rest of it was a little boring. Department of Truth, it's been back and forth for me. Overall, a great series, but it's not because they're following a good story. They're just kind of making all these kind of side plots going on. House of Slaughter ain't that great, but I don't think he's really writing most of that. Something's Killing Children's obviously is best, but I didn't like The Closet at all. The Blue Book's not that good either, so I don't know. Dr. Cosmos seems like Tiny is coasting off his Something's Killing the Children hype. I mean, some people are saying the same thing with Donny Cates. I mean, think about this a couple years ago when Donny Cates was like the king of comic books for a hot minute. It's like anything Donny Cates came up with, it was going to be hot. People were going to want it. People were going to want to read it. People were all about the newest Kate's book every single time. People are spending big money on some of those books that had a first appearance. Why? Because they deemed him arguably one of the best writers at the time at Marvel. And I mean, at this point, he still is arguably one of the best writers at Marvel. Even though he's not on Marvel at this moment, he's got really good Marvel stuff, very popular stuff, big first appearance characters type of shit. But look at it kind of as time went on. They moved on to James Tynion. They've moved on to some other writers as well. People are fickle, man. They go with the wind. They go with, they ride the next wave. And now maybe the same thing is happening with Tynion. Maybe I hate to say it, but maybe he's not that guy. Maybe he's not the guy everybody thought he was, because he came out with like banger after banger. But I don't know. I hope World Tree is different. I hope World Tree is another bomb series. I really do. Hey, Preston. I didn't read all of the Batman, but I thought it was okay. As far as Batman stuff goes, I read most of it. I didn't read all of it. I think I read up to like 98, I think. Maybe 99. I just thought it was all right. Or, yeah, he picked up at like 89, didn't he? I think he picked up at 89. Dr. Cosmo says, who do I think the next hot writer will be? That's a tough one. I will stick to it. If someone was like, who is the hottest writer, or who is someone that you should invest in, or who would you invest in, I still would go with James Tynion, despite some of the things that I've just recently said. I think he is someone that still, when you look back on it, it's Department of Truth. Issue number 1 sold for a good amount of money. World Tree was selling for a little bit amount of money. Maybe because of the error with it, like the misprint or whatever. And plus it had like fucking 60 covers, so that probably destroyed it a little bit. But Something Is Killing the Children popped off. Some people are going crazy over House of Slaughter, but I think that was kind of a fail too because of all the covers. Although, like I said, I don't think he wrote the beginning of that. So if not Rom V, although I did see her comment, I'm going to talk about that in a second. When they, what was it? When James Tynion comes out with a new series, I still would look at his stuff and think I should probably get it because it's a new Tynion series. There's not many writers that come out with a new series and I'm like, ooh, I'm going to be picking that one up because it's that writer. There's a lot of writers that come out with something that I look at like, oh, I'm grabbing that 100%. But it's a little different because when I see Tynion's name, I automatically think it's going to be a horror series, which I love horror stuff. And I think he's got more big hits than his misses. And I think lately he's had more misses than hits, but I think his big hits overshadow the misses. I see Daniel Warren Johnson. I really like Rom V. I think Rom V is also another guaranteed pickup from me. Not for DC stuff, although I did read Vigil and I really like that. If Rom V comes out with an indie title, that's another writer where it's almost a lock for me to grab. Cody Ziegler is also a phenomenal writer. I can't think of Stephanie Phillips stuff off the top of my head. But I know Cody Ziegler's currently on the Miles Morales, which he's killing it on. And he did the Spider-Punk, which was great. Lang Reeves says, got caught up with the Kate's hype. So I bought comics he wrote, but I always ended up hating his writing. See, I don't hate his writing personally. I always stand by it. I think he gets really bored with what he's writing and he wants to do the next biggest thing. Oh, Craig, she's on Grimm. Grimm's a good series. I'll say that. So I don't think it's that he's bad, but I too do get very bored of it because I can almost guarantee what's going to happen, where something massive happens in the very beginning and then it's usually a letdown towards the end. And then bang, something enormous happens again. Letdown. It happened throughout the entirety of the Thor series. I'm starting to forget a lot of the Venom stuff, especially the earlier issues. But I don't know. Just the way it goes. I did not get caught up on Grimm at all. I am still quite behind. Torment says Mark Waid. Mark Waid always kills it too. Preston, that is the greatest way to describe him, in my opinion. Kevin O'Shea, my man Jeff Lemire. No doubt he's my favorite writer. But based on the question, I don't see Jeff Lemire as that's the next writer that you need to kind of put your money into. But I think Jeff Lemire has got the best writing, no doubt in my mind, on the market right now. Everything Jeff Lemire comes out with, even if the first few issues are a little slow, I always talk about you got to see his entire story throughout the entirety. You've got to read it to the end, and it's like, damn, every time I'm like, this is great. Somebody said Primordial. I think it was Kaiser. I can agree with that one. It was better on a reread, but still not that great. But that's got to be probably the only thing that I'm like, this really wasn't that good from him. Everything else, though, is just a hit. Let's see. Well, we've done with that one. Let's get caught up on some of these. Miles Morales' book has helped tremendously by the fantastic art. I did not. Oh, you didn't like Spider-Punk? I thought it was cool. But I will admit the artwork on Miles Morales is fucking awesome. Didn't they extend clear? That I don't know. I do have issue 3, but it turns out I don't have issue 2. Joke's on me. So I'm not caught up on that. Yeah, that's a good one, Craig. Never spec on Jeff Lemire. He's just a great writer, and he's just a great book to pick up. If you want something great to read, that's it, man. You're getting a good quality book. Great story, great artwork usually, because a lot of times he teams up with Andrea Sorrentino as well. Hey, Rafe, what's up, buddy? Federico Vincentini is him. Federico Vincentini is him. That is the good way. Fucking great. Terror, I was right. Saladin Ahmed did this one. Interesting first issue. Good enough to pick up issue number 2. I think so. Is it the one I'm looking forward to most this week? No. But it was still good. So it says, Muhammad and his squad of terror fighters have earned some downtime. Sure, a homicidal rival crew, armored cops, and a terror made of living fire are in their way, but they're getting that drink, damn it. So that's not a great description, in my opinion. I don't think it's a good description at all, personally. But I think it's a unique concept where there's like these monsters, but they're only what terrifies you the most type of thing. So it's an interesting concept. We'll see how it goes. Well, Kaiser says Terror War 1 was so good. I think it was good. I liked it. I wouldn't say it was great. I wouldn't say it was shit. It was just a good read that I can say, I would pick it up if you've got some extra money. Craig, so I've thought about writing a comic book, but after I've come to the realization that I'm not creative at all and I would never be able to write a comic book, no, I've thought about it. I've never actually considered it. And if I would, it would be a horror book. So here's how I would have to do. If I was to ever do a comic book, I would have to be writing it with somebody. I'm not creative, so I wouldn't be able to come up with the idea. I would be able to, in my opinion, expand off ideas. And I think I'd be creative in that sense, where I'd be able to say, well, what if the character did this? Or what if they went here and what if this happened? But I would never be able to come up with an original idea and something unique. So I don't think I'd be good at writing, but I think I would be a good supporter for a writer, if that makes any sense. Like if I was to ever do a comic book, my name would be number 2, 100%. I would never be the number 1 on it. Let's see. Jimmy Butler, what am I missing about Jimmy Buckets? Can't wait for Butler versus Jokic. It's going to be great. Hey, but you know what? Celtics aren't out yet. They could be the first team in NBA history to come back from 3-0. Although Celtics look like shit. Yeah, to be honest, I honestly think I'd probably be a better editor. I think I would do really well at rereading it and just kind of proofreading it and saying, does this make sense? Yes or no? Why did this happen if this also happened? I think of those things. I like to think, I think a little bit more, I guess the best way for me is I'm not creative, I'm more critical. I like to critically think. I like to have something in front of me. I visually look at things, and that's where I excel. I'm not The here's pen, here's paper, write a story, or here's draw something. I would never be able to do that. Let's see. So yeah, Celtics are out for now. Yeah, they suck. And then the final one is Dead Romans, issue number 3. I didn't read the second issue. The artwork was really good. The story just didn't do it for me at all. I didn't think that was good. So I'm not going to be continuing on with this one. Let's see. We got cover B, Marinkovic. And that's about it. So, nah. Let's see. I pick up almost every image number 1. Yeah, that happens to me a lot too. Kevin O'Shea, I'm going to give number 2 a try. 100%. Do I think... Yeah, I feel like it's going to fall into that category like you just said too. So we're going to go from there. But for the most part, it's just... That's how I do a lot of those books. I usually pick up every new number 1. We'll do DC. Is this the... No, next... All right, so next week's going to be a really light week for you guys. JW, guys. All right. Let's see. Shit. Let's see if I can... Damn. Hold on. New tab? No, actually, hold on. Let me bring something up for you guys. All right. So our man JW Storytelling here, speaking of writing comics, he reached out to me a while ago. JW's been in the chat. He's been in the videos for a very long time. So really good dude. And he said that he's going to be making a comic book. And I was like, well, shit, man, let me know when you make that comic or whenever you do your Kickstarter, whatever you're doing. Just let me know. And, you know, we can go from there. We can do those things and I can talk about it for you, whatever. And some time went by and you reached out finally and he's officially going to be putting it out on Kickstarter. Now, it is a pre-launch, and I don't have it in the description, although I could do that super quick by the end of this video. JW, I'm going to put up your stuff, but I see the second email you sent me. Those pictures aren't working on my end. They're not coming up. So if you're cool with me putting the first pictures that you sent me, I'm going to show those. It looks like it's pages 5 through 11. So I'm not going to show all of them, but I'm going to show some of them off if that's cool with you. I just want to make sure that you're good with that. All right, he said that's cool. Well, so I've got 3 pictures. I got 3 pictures that I want to show. I was waiting for you to pop in. I was hoping you would pop in, so I could properly show it off. Let me add these images super quickly for you guys. I'm excited for this for you guys. It's a really cool thing. Here we go. Add source. Let's see. Oh, desktop. I'll do it. All right, cool. Oh, hold the phone. Sorry about that. There's one. Just let me add the other one real quick. I actually totally forgot to do it earlier. Surprise, surprise. I forget to do borderline fucking everything. So bear with me just for a split second. And I'm going to add one more. So I let you guys check out all 3. Oh, this is so exciting. This is such an exciting thing for you, man. Because we were literally just talking about writing comics. I was like, yeah, I'm like, I couldn't possibly do it. I don't think I added that one. And if I did, well, boo-hoo. All right, let's check it out on, there we go. Let me fix it. Actually, we're just going to make it really big. Yeah, we're just going to make it really big. Uh-oh. All right, there's one. Just giving you guys a little sneak peek of all of his stuff. There we go. All right, cool. So here is the first image. Check it out. And all right, so I'm just going to read off what it is for you guys. Oh, man, JW. So he says he's been working on this for about a year now. That's incredible. So this is the opening. We've got, it's set roughly 18 years before the main story. This opening tale follows our future main character's parents on a harrowing night that drove them from their home. I invite you to step into a world full of swords, mystics, war, and ultimately hope for a brighter future. The kingdom of Sol R is under siege from an invading Ashen army. King Damien is running through the halls of his once grand castle, now full of flames, death and destruction, dispatching foes along the way as he focuses on his goal to reach his wife and newborn son. So there's one image. There's more to it, but I want to show off some of these other images for you guys. Here's another image for you. Let me bring it up a little bit. And it says, however, before he can secure their safety, Damien will have to contend with a mysterious foe wielding the flames of darkness and a fierce grudge. So that's what it is. The book itself is called, where is the name? Oh, there we go. Wait, I'm not seeing, oh, there we go. The Legend of Kaiden. His series is called The Legend of Kaiden, guys. And here is the final picture that I'm going to be showing off for you. Check that out. There's the art. That was what this story itself is about. Man, I'm really happy for you, buddy. Check it out, guys. The Legend of Kaiden. I've got the Kickstarter link right here. Here's what I'm going to do. If you are interested, I'm going to be putting it as a tagged or a pinned comment right now for you guys. So bear with me just one more second. I'm sorry. There we go. 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 All right. There it is for you guys. And there we go. Bang, bang. All right. So there we have it, folks. That is JW Storytelling. His name is Jesse. And he says he's still putting the finishing touches on everything. It's still in the early stages of a Kickstarter. I don't know how Kickstarters work, but it's the pre-Kickstarter. But that is the link for it. Go check it out. He's been hanging out in the chat. He's been hanging out on the channel for what feels like years now. He's always been commenting. We talk to each other on Instagram. Really nice guy, and go check it out. But now for DC, for some reason I think Nightwing is something. There's not a lot coming out for DC this week. Actually, besides City Boy, I'm not going to be getting any of that. I'll bring up Green Arrow because I know some people are talking about that one. But there we go. So we got Nightwing issue number 104. This also has a backup story, and they're both stories are the finale. Actually, is it finale? It's probably just the end of the arc. But we got 5 different covers for this one. I do the story. Cousin Noah does the art. That's awesome. Man, that's really cool. And I'm proud and happy for you. And I hope it's a big success. So there we got Nightwing. That's why I brought it up. I knew it was the end of something. It's either the end of the arc or the end of the series. City Boy number 1. We got a brand new one written by Greg Pak, however you do it. Let's see. First seen in Wildstorm 30th Anniversary Special and Lazarus Planet Legends Reborn. There's a new Korean hero named City Boy, or at least that's the best translation of what the cities call him. City Boy, aka Cameron Kim, is just trying to make a living by using his powers of being able to speak to cities to find the lost and hidden goods to pawn. And it's only just enough to get by. I'm definitely going to be checking this one out. And then I just brought this one up too because a lot of people said they really liked the first issue of Green Arrow. And I'm a big fan of Joshua Williamson, although I didn't read the Green Arrow issue. So take that for what it is. As far as DC goes, I'm going to be on. That's actually what I thought first too. City Boy. I'm not going to be getting anything else from DC. It's a super light week from them. If there's anything you guys want to talk about, let me know. But I'm going to be moving on to Marvel to wrap this up. 15 books coming out from them, and to be honest, not a lot of stuff. Oh my god, do I have an article for you guys. Hold on. We're going to get through these books first. It'll be a really quick one. We're bringing that up because it's new. I'm bringing up all the new stuff. I'm not reading, I don't think, anything from Marvel this week besides Thor. Because I'll bring up Warlock, but I don't think I'm going to get it. So Thor 34... Thor, Doctor Doom, and Thanos. And down goes a light. While Thor races Doctor Doom through time before... It's like, I get so just bummed out even reading about Thor. I swear on everything. This was like the one series Donny Cates shouldn't have gotten off of. Because now they're finally doing everything that he built up. And, the artwork is... I'm sorry. The artwork is terrible. Assuming it's the same artist that was on the last couple of issues, it's god-awful. This is a cool cover, though. But man, I don't know about you guys, but seriously, Thor has just been a letdown upon letdown every single time. And then Daredevil and Echo. Now this... so this is one I wanted to bring up. I don't know if you guys saw this pop up earlier. Let's see... I'm just going to type in terrible. Hopefully, let's see. Was it this one? I'm telling you, I read 8 days ago. Oh, Dynamite, man. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate the donation. Maybe it was this one. Was it Deadline? I'm telling you, I read... Nah, it's not this one. Damn, I had an article I wanted to read with you guys. Damn, I can't find it. All right, so just to sum it up super quick, the article was basically saying that the Echo show was so bad that Kevin Feige said that this is not releasable, and they basically reshot the entire show. It was some YouTuber that was on a podcast that knows one of the guys that worked on it. And apparently Kevin Feige came in when it was all done and was like, this is literally awful. We cannot show this. We cannot do anything with this. It's got to be reshot. And apparently it went from 8 episodes to 6 episodes. And they were debating on consolidating it to 4 long episodes. And then I think they went back up to like 6. So I guess they aren't even 100% sure on the amount of episodes at this exact moment. But that's basically what the article summed up. They said it was horrible. Everybody that was working on it was like, why are we doing this show when of all characters, it's just nobody wanted this character type of thing. Like that was people who were working on the show we're talking about. Pedro says he read it too. So I was saying, I know I read it. I wish I was able to find it. I was reading it on my phone, but I don't have it up anymore. Let's see. I started on Kate's number. I just saw it again, but thank you so much again, Dynamite. You really didn't have to do that, but I do appreciate it. I started on Kate's run, number 1, but somehow I keep Thor on my pull list. Kevin O'Shea, I have not enjoyed it since, honestly, probably the Donald Blake stuff. That was probably the last time I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's not been good. And now that they're finally getting into what Kate's led on at the very beginning, but we have a different writer and a really different artist, it just feels like a huge letdown. Rogue Rook, what's up, buddy? Yeah, because they want to release all the episodes at the same time, so now they don't really know what to do with it. Because the game plans to drop it all at once, and they also wanted to drop it all at once. Because apparently what I was reading was that Kevin Feige was like, drop it all at once, get all of the criticism, and get everything out of the way so that it just blows over and we can move on past it. So they're apparently totally expecting the show to be god-awful, and they just want it to be over and done with at this point. So, yeah, that's interesting, to say the least. But moral of the story is I'm also not interested in this series. Just because it's got Daredevil's name on it doesn't mean that I care about it. Yeah, Echo series is looking thumbs down. That's a fact. We've also got Storm #1, another series that I'm just not interested in. Storm faces blowback of her powers. And this is what I always say. When you start to see these Marvel characters starting to make bigger appearances and consistent appearances. So, Echo is showing up with the Daredevil. And we just had Echo. Now she's getting her own show. Doctor Doom is showing up everywhere at this point. Showing up in Thor. He's showing up in all these different covers. The Timeless issue, I think he made an appearance in this one. Or maybe that was last year's. I don't remember at this point. Storm showed up in the Black Panther series. And I'm pretty sure now that she's got her own one. I mean, time's coming. It's Ann Nocatini, however you say her name. What else did Ann write? Oh, Uncanny X-Men, New Mutants, Daredevil. All right, so she's got credit in some OG shit. Some Spider-Man, Avengers. All right, so she's got a wide range of stuff that she's worked on. Wow, she's worked on a lot of different characters. All right. I'll hold judgment. I'll hold judgment on the Storm series. Speaking of who shows up, Fury #1. Oh, ain't that some crazy shit? Fury's going to be showing up in, what was it? Secret Invasion. So they got to throw Fury series out there too now. Covers, Samney cover. I do like Samney though. Co-creator, my dad. That's cool. If it's really that bad, they should just do the same thing that DC Warner did with the Batgirl movie. Bad word of mouth can really... Mark, so with that being said, I mean, it's not like Marvel has had a really good track record as of late. I mean, whether you liked it or you didn't like it, the general consensus is that most people don't like it. Look at Moon Knight. Look at... I mean, even Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I don't talk to a lot of people that were like, this is a bomb movie. But movies aside, I mean, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Thor, Love and Thunder, Black Panther 2 I liked, but there were a lot of problems with it. I didn't see Ant-Man yet, so I can't speak on that. Didn't see Guardians, although I heard Guardians is incredible. But, I mean, think of it. They're putting out a lot of stinkers. So in this one, Warlock Rebirth, issue #2. I mean, the first issue was all right. It wasn't that bad. It left us on a nice cliffhanger. So I might get this one just because the week itself seems very small. And from Marvel, I'm only going to be getting Thor, I think. Damn, only Thor. I remember a time when Marvel was my only pull list. I only got Marvel. And then I grabbed a DC book every once in a while. But it was mainly only Marvel. And now it's basically only indies with DC. And barely any Marvel. It's crazy. Marvel's basically symbiotes, X-Men, and Star Wars, and that's it. Plus some other random fucking characters sprinkled in there. Let's see. Basically most of Phase 4. Phase 4 was garbage. And the problem is everyone said, well, obviously it can't be big and crazy like... everything else from the other phases. You got to build up to that. It's like, I totally get that. I totally get that they have to build up. They have to have origin stories. They have to set the groundwork and create a story from the bottom up. But they didn't. They wasted what felt like everything. And I'm sorry. I know you said you liked Moon Knight and someone else loved Moon Knight. I didn't like Moon Knight. I thought some episodes were good. I thought the casting was fantastic. But it was bad, just like most of the other shows. It has a decent premise with a horrible ending. I loved Miss Marvel, but the ending was god awful, and to me, the ending honestly almost ruined the show. Well, I guess the ending wasn't that bad. It was the 2 episodes or the 1 episode before that was in the other country that felt like it should have been a season 2 type of thing. If they just would have stayed in Jersey the whole time, I think it would have been fine. But other than that, I mean, I can't even think of some of the other shows. She-Hulk was shit too. I didn't like She-Hulk at all. I didn't think the comedy was good. I thought, what was her name? Tatiana Maslany, whatever the hell her name is. She was probably the best. She was probably the best part of the show. Absolutely loved her. But the plot sucked. Comedy wasn't good. All the little cameos and characters just felt like they were thrown in there for shits and giggles. So the show wasn't it for me. Everyone keeps saying Moon Knight was great. I don't know what you liked about it. I thought it was boring as fuck. Oscar Isaacs was the best part of it. He was great. I wanted more action. I wasn't even sold on how Moon Knight looked. The ending was so bad. The best episode was the mental institution episode. I think the problem I had with Moon Knight, and I hope people can at least agree with this aspect of it, is it felt like it didn't have a direction. It felt like it was all over the place. The ideas were scattered, and then by the very end of it, they had this big badass fight that they were building up to, and they just completely blew past it. They didn't even have the big fight scene, and I don't know. It just felt like you had one good idea and you didn't do anything with it. You had another good idea and you blew right past it. And then you had that awesome episode with the mental institution where you really got to see the different, all the different things and the different personalities going on inside of him. And that would have been really cool to see, something focused more on that. But since you focused on something else a couple episodes ago, it's like, okay, now you've got 2 major plots going on while everything going on with Ethan Hawking, whatever the hell his name is, still going on too behind the scenes. There's a lot happening with almost nothing happening at the same time. His acting was just that good. His acting carried the entire show. But it was still a letdown at the very end. I mean, as much as you liked it, you can't admit that ending had you like, yes, that was so good. I was so happy that they built up that fight scene just to have him black out and to wake up and have that girl say, who was the other personality? I know I wasn't looking forward to that. I'll tell you that much. So that's my take on that. I'm salty about Moon Knight because I was really excited for that. And I felt like the casting was great, but it was just a letdown. The community is very divided. Everyone seems to have a different favorite show. As far as the shows go, I did really like Miss Marvel, though. I know how I just got done dumping on all those other shows just to top it off with. But Miss Marvel was great. Now, I gotta say, I think Loki was most definitely my favorite show. I thought Hawkeye was really good. I even liked WandaVision a lot. Captain America, Captain America, Falcon, Winter... Damn, I'm bad with names. Or Falcon, Winter Soldier. That one was good. It was just action. Now, I will say that too, Dr. Cosmos Labs. She-Hulk was probably the most comic book, closest to a comic book show, in my opinion. But I still didn't like it. But that's everything coming out from Marvel. Let's take a quick peek at Key Collector. I always like to look at this to check out their non-keys of the week. This is starting to become my favorite thing of the week for these guys. There it is, right off the fucking bat. Key of the week from Key Collector Comics, folks, is a non-key. Fucking. Why is it Key of the week, man? Oh, Werewolf by Night. I forgot about that one-shot special. That was really good. And so was the Guardians of the Galaxy one. Falcon Winter Soldier is underrated. I think it is underrated too. I don't think it's that great, but I think a lot of people dump on it, and I think it's way better than a lot of the other shit they came out with. I think at the time, it was easily the worst show amongst the 3 or 4, whatever they did. But as time went on, it's definitely a nice middle of the pack, maybe pushing like a B+ type of show. Honestly, the only one that was unwatchable was She-Hulk. There was a lot of cringy moments in She-Hulk where I was even sitting there like, ugh. All right. So here we go. The key of the week is a non-key for Dungeons and Dragons Saturday Morning Adventures number 3. It's a 1 in 10 incentive, whatever. Let's see. Gotham City Comics key of the week is Vampirella vs. Superpowers. It's a premiere issue. Vampirella and Dynamite are assigned. Yeah, we read that already. I don't know why it's a fucking key. Oh, Drexler non-key. Street Fighter non-key. Oh my god. All non-keys. There we go. There's a key of the week. City Boy. Origin of City Boy. How he received his powers. Like, come on now. Let's think about this. So far, with everything that we've just looked at, we've got 2 keys of the week. Keys of the week from Gotham City Comics and Key Collector. One's a non-key, and one is just another Vampirella book. And then we're moving down. Non-key, non-key, non-key. Everything's a non-key until we hit City Boy. The origin of City Boy. This is an actual key. This is the only real key that we've hit so far. Green Arrow. First appearance of Troublemaker. That's a first appearance. All the way down at the bottom of the list. Key of the week, Solicitation, when a brand new metahuman, blah, blah, blah. Daredevil and Echo, non-key. First appearance of Daredevil and Echo, descendants from 1800s, whatever. Non-key. Fury's got a first appearance of Scorpio, a female version. So why is that not a key? Extreme Venomverse, first appearance of Venom from 1602 universe, and another LMV life model Venom. That shit's never a key to me. Facsimile. Storm 1's got the first appearance of Blowback, a villainous weather entity. And that's it. So there are actual keys this week with real first appearances. So that's why I say, how can you give... First off, how does the Dungeons and Dragons one get it? Of all the things, you know? I feel like... I was going to say, I feel like somebody is paying to put their books right there. But I also, at the same time, feel as though nobody's really paying for Dungeons and Dragons to be a key of the week. But that's just my take. You know, Kaiser, it is a little bit lighter of a week. I might have to give Storm a shot, too. We'll see how it goes. But that's all the keys. What's the best key of the week? In my opinion, so first off, there's a first appearance in Green Arrow, first appearance in Fury, and a first appearance in Storm. If we're going based off of Marvel, I think I'd have to go with Storm. And I say this because Storm has been around a lot. Not to say Nick Fury hasn't been around, but a lot of people care more about Storm than Nick Fury. And I think when you see Nick Fury now in a Marvel movie, it's pretty much expected. I think everybody's going to lose their shit when they see Storm in a Marvel movie. And on top of that, first appearance of Blowback, a villainous weather entity. What a Storm. A weather fucking mutant. Blowback, a villainous weather entity. So maybe going forward, this is somebody that Storm could be fighting against quite often. Kind of the same powers. Maybe they're on the same level with each other. You never know with that type of stuff. So if you're asking me, my opinion, what is truly the key of the week? I mean, Fury, it's a female version of him. I'm going to have to go with Storm. First appearance of Blowback, a character that's a villain that kind of rivals Storm. Although, you don't know anything about City Boy, and this is the origin of City Boy. So origins, they're good, they're important. Not a first appearance, though. Giant-sized X-Men team makes an appearance in that Storm book, too. That Storm book might be slept on. I usually don't talk about Spec. Hell, maybe we'll start talking about Spec in a stream once a week. Hell, shit, maybe that'll be a stream every week. We'll talk... maybe we'll do that one day. Maybe we'll do some Spec stuff, talk about what's hot in the community, and then we'll do the review video, the upcoming books, and we'll figure something out for the other one. Maybe news. That'll be the 4 streams a week. Who knows? Let me know your opinions on that, too. But everybody, that's all the books that came out this week. That was a hell of a stream. I had a hell of a lot of fun talking new comics with you guys. Before we get going, once again, JW Storytelling. Jesse, The Kickstarter is right there. I appreciate you letting me in on that. I appreciate you letting me get a glimpse at your book, letting me be able to read off the book for everybody. I hope it's very successful. I'm looking forward to reading it myself. Please, everybody, he's been in the community for a very long time. He's been supporting this channel for a long time. Make sure you go check him out, check it out, and let him know what you think about it as well. I think he said June 5th or June 12th. Sometime in June, the Kickstarter is actually going to be live, but it's still like the pre-stages for now. But seriously, thank you again. And thank you again, everybody, for taking time out of your busy days. I love doing this with you guys. I love talking comics. I feel like we all learn something in these streams. You tell me about the stuff I'm missing out on. We get to check out the non-keys of the week from Key Collector. What else could you want out of everything? But that's a wrap, everybody. Thank you so much again. Stay tuned. Thursday, I'm going to be back. Well, Thursday, I will officially be back doing all of the reviews for you guys. I'm looking forward to it. A little bit later of a week, but it'll be a blast. Chat, love you guys. Thank you all so much again. Tell your family you love them. And until next time, peace out.